It's the latest chapter in one of the most complicated conflicts in the world. A bombing of a Syrian army base being used by pro-regime Iranian forces. The suspicion is that it's being carried out by Israeli jets, possibly the latest offensive by Israel in its efforts against Iran in Syria.
אני הוספתי שהמדיניות הזאת צריכה לבוא לידי ביטוי גם במדינת יכולות גרעיניות של מדינות טרור וגופי טרור. וחזרתי ואמרתי שהגורם שמערער את המזרח התיכון יותר מכל הוא איראן, ושעל הנשיא אסד להבין שכשהוא מאפשר התבססות צבאית של איראן ושלוחותיה בסוריה, הוא מסכן את סוריה, הוא גם מסכן את יציבות האזור כולו.
The Syrian regime confirmed a bombing took place at what it called a storage facility, but Iranian state media has denied the presence of Iran's forces in the vicinity. That's in line with Tehran's policy of official silence about its soldiers now entrenched across Syria. They've been pivotal in turning the tide against the opposition. But Israel says the forces, especially the elite Iranian Revolutionary Guards, are increasingly turning their crosshairs on the state of Israel. Israel says its actions are purely defensive, such as this recent air raid on an airbase in Homs that killed 7 senior Iranian commanders.
This deliberate killing that took place, Iran must take the right stand and decision to prevent Israel from setting rules that limit Iran's movement in Syria based on an agreement between Iran and Syria. Therefore, we expect something.
Tehran only admitted that a couple of its fighters were killed. Iran was also silent when Israel shot down a suspected Iranian drone over its territory. That may have less to do with the threat it feels from Israel, and more with Israel's greatest ally, the United States.
Iran destabilizes this entire region. It supports proxy militias and terrorist groups. It is an arms dealer to the Houthi rebels in Yemen, and Iran conducts cyber hacking campaigns. And it supports the murderous Assad regime as well. Unlike the prior administration, we will not neglect the vast scope of Iran's terrorism. It is indeed the greatest sponsor of terrorism in the world, and we are determined to make sure it never possesses a nuclear weapon. The Iran deal in its current form does not provide that assurance.
It's that kind of sentiment from the US administration that's likely of more concern to Tehran than any immediate Israeli retaliation. Experts agree its peace deal with the West holds the key to Iran's increasingly precarious socio-economic situation. It's fueled the recent protests in the country and kept Iran's powerful hardliners in check. But that could change, especially with the growing Russian support against any aerial attack.
Mr. Secretary, do you have concerns that Russia is thinking about providing the S-300 missile system to the Syrian regime?
I think anything that's done to continue this fighting in Syria is actually a tragedy. We need to all get behind the Geneva Convention process, the Geneva process, and come to a diplomatic solution.
So, are Iranian forces being emboldened to continue testing Israel's resolve in Syria? And will an increasingly concerned Israeli government be further drawn into the war next door? Shoaib Hasan, the Newsmakers.